Hey guys, my name's Alishah. I'm the CEO of MindfullyCreate, and I'm here with Aleida today. And we're starting a podcast called Mindful Conversations, and it's all about people's creative journey, their healing. And today we are interviewing Aleida and a couple other people, and all my interviewees are four BAME male creative entrepreneurs and four BAME female creative entrepreneurs. BAME means Black, Asian, Minority Ethnicity. The reason I chose this group is because I feel like we need to hear from them more. I feel like they have a lot to say and their journey is really important. And I just want to promote their healing and their journey. So I have Aleida with me today. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. It's nice to see you again.
Nice to see you as well.
So the first thing I'm gonna ask you is what is your name, even though I know your name. But can you tell everyone what your name is?
Yes, so hi guys, my name is Alida or Alida Hammond if we're gonna go full gov. Um, yeah, I'm 23. I am an artist and a photographer based in London and can travel anywhere as well. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And the reason I asked what your name was is that I want to know what the neat meaning behind your name is. And I ask this for two reasons. So some people just use their actual name, but some people use stage names. But even your actual name, like, it'd be really interesting to know the meaning behind it and what it means to you and your identity.
Yes, so my name means noble and kind. It derives from Dutch origin. I'm not Dutch, but my mum liked the name. I like the name as well. And in terms of my identity, I guess it kind of that's a good question. Oh my gosh. I think it kind of is a combination of my faith and then ethnicity as well. So I'm Christian, so that's a huge part of my identity. And then I would say like my African background as well is a big part of my identity. So like being Ghanaian as well. So yeah.
Okay, that's really cool. That's really interesting that your mum took a name from like a different culture, but it also means so much to you in your own culture, which I think is really interesting and cool. Have you always liked your name?
Yeah, I feel like I've never really had any issues with it, apart from people like making jokes and obviously being like, "Oh, are you a leader?" Or you know that song, "Follow the Leader."
Oh
Yeah,
no.
in primary school I used to like get
Oh
that a lot,
gosh.
and it was so annoying. But like I just laugh now. Like
Mhm.
yeah,
Mhm. Mhm. Sometimes when you're younger and like people make jokes about your name, like do you feel like it happens more in like ethnic minority communities or do you think it just happens in general anyway?
to be honest, I'd definitely say more so with like black and different ethnic groups. I think people in like my primary school, there wasn't a lot of us that weren't white essentially, so we would get like made fun of a lot and stuff. They would even say things like me and this boy called, I think his name was like Rashan or something, that we were like brother and sister, and it's like we're not
Mm,
related. So things
mm.
like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. I do also feel that there's like this concept of like kind of like whitewashing. So like a lot of the time our communities feel like they need to change their name. I know my mum changed her name when she came to work in London. Um and a lot of other people that I know and work with changed their name just because people couldn't pronounce it. And I think that's really silly. I think people need to make more of an effort to pronounce names and like really learn about people's culture. Um, but what I found interesting about what you said is that you now find it funny. And I think it's quite nice to kind of like, although something may have caused you pain in the past, then turn it around and like find the light and shade within it. I think that's quite interesting.
Yeah, so like I try as much as I can to make positives out of negatives, I suppose. Like one thing that's definitely helped me is the fact that in our faith it speaks a lot about even though like we have feelings, we may feel like happy and sad and things like that. To like count everything as joy even when we go through more trying times
Mm,
because it produces more patience out of people. Like
Mm.
all the things I've been through before have helped me now to become the person I am. So I
Yeah.
guess even like the really trying times, I wouldn't take that back. So
Okay. And so, moving on, like to your art, take talk me through your journey into like photography and art. How did you start? What does it mean to you? And just take me to piece by piece your journey.
yes, so I grew up in a very creative household. My dad is a fashion designer based in Ghana, so I've been around a lot of like creatives in my childhood. Like a lot of my uncles and stuff either do like creative things or musicians and things like that. So I guess I've had a very untypical like childhood in an African household per se. And so I went to like primary school, secondary school. I always liked art. I started off with GCC art and things like that. Then fast forward to uni, I did fine art as my undergrad, and then that's when I started to get more into photography in like second year, I think. And then from there, I would do like events, like people's birthdays and stuff like that. And then word of mouth, like I got a bit around more and things like that. And then that really helped me when I finished uni as well to like still have different bookings to do and stuff.
Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. So when you were at uni and you got into photography, when did you start kind of making commissions? And how did you realize that you could turn your hobby into something financially viable? And have you actualized that yet?
Yeah, so I think it definitely wasn't something I was actually planning to do. I think I've always just liked doing art as a hobby anyway. And I think photography was where I started to go more commercial, quote unquote. So, like, especially when I started to do people's birthday parties and things, like, they would say, like, they would pay me for it. And I'd be like, oh, okay, like, that's cool, things like that. And then word of mouth came about. So I started doing, like, different people's events and stuff like that in uni and, like, things like ACS as well helped with that as well, because you get like your name passed around saying like she's good, that she can do this, she can do that, and I kind of did everything. So
Is ACS Afro Caribbean
yes,
Society?
yeah,
I thought so.
it's been a while. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Um, and do you photograph like particular themes? Like, are your photos like portraits or landscapes, or like are you particular on what you photograph, or are you open?
I would say I'm more open to like doing different kinds of things. I think because I'm still trying to learn more and like I like to try new things out. So at first I would do primarily events and things like that because at uni that was the thing that I was able to commercialize the most, I suppose. But then I would also do like my own side projects and things on the side. And it helped with the degree I was doing because I got my own like free studio space that I could use for like pictures and stuff. So I do things like that. Also like portraits, so like headshots of people and stuff. Now so it's been a bit more varied. So I've done like weddings. I even did a funeral once that was really random, but it helped to
Hmm.
like learn new skills and things like that. So
And do you find when you do events and stuff like that, your photos kind of bring people together and show a different light on the event? Like, do you try to, I don't know, be artistic with it as well? So, like, try to, incorporate your own style.
yeah, I would definitely say so. I don't want the pictures to look like really corporate. I think I try and combine like my fine art knowledge into the pictures I take as well. So trying to make it look as I guess like nice as possible without it looking
Mhm.
like standard, I suppose. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Nice. 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 And also, let me just have a look at my questions. Um. Oh, that's it. Tell me about your inspirations, like your inspo for your photography. And it could be someone within the public eye or someone that's not in the public eye. Like you said, your dad was very creative. So tell me about a little bit more about your inspirations.
Yes, so I would definitely say one of the main photographers I would look at was her name is Lorna Simpson, and she actually made a lot of different paintings as well. and that really inspired me to not like box myself in, I suppose, because she does lots of different varieties of like photography and painting and stuff, and she also combined that with like collage as well, like collaging different newspapers and things like that. So I think that's one of my main inspirations per se. I think also just from things I see around me as well. So I like to take pictures of like just random stuff on my phone, like
Mm.
graffiti and things like that. I find really cool as well. So it's kind of like a bit of everything, really, to be honest.
Mhm. Okay, that's cool. And who is your role model? And this could be creatively or not creatively. Like this could just be in general. Who do you look up to? Who is your role model?
I think, okay, I don't know how cringe this is gonna sound, but I would say my mum, because
Oh,
because she literally came here from another country, and like she made a whole new life for herself and for us,
yeah.
and like having to do that by herself was like really hard, and it's definitely inspired me to see like I can do anything that I want to do. I just have to like
Mm,
actually put in some effort to do it
yeah.
and things.
Yeah, for real. No, that's not cringe at all. I think a lot of people would say their mum, and if they wouldn't say their mum, they'd probably say someone like close to them in their
Yeah.
family. Like my role model is my auntie. She moved to like Australia when she was really young and made a whole life for herself out there. And she's just very like, she's got everything together. Like, she understands life. Like, and I want to be like that. Like, but I'm just not there yet. I always used to say to myself that people that have like pasta in like those jars,
Yeah.
like they've got life sorted, or like cereal in those jars. Like I've got that. I still don't have life sorted. um, but yeah. Oh, that's a really nice answer. Um, okay. Do you feel in the creative industry, it's like photography particularly, do you feel that there is still like a patriarchal element to it? Like, do you feel like men are the ones that succeed? Or do you feel like nowadays there's more opportunities for women within that industry? Or like how do you kind of view it?
Hmm. And I was smiling because it's such a good question, because I think one thing I've definitely seen is that it is very like male oriented. Like usually a lot of the spaces I go in, I'd be like the only woman
Oh
there,
wow,
and
yeah.
even like the only black woman as well. That's a whole other
Mm,
conversation. But yeah, it was definitely kind of weird. Like I only started noticing it like a couple years in, because it wasn't something that was, I guess, really in the back of my head. But when I started to notice it, I was like, okay, this is kind of weird actually. Because I
mm,
remember I was at this sports event in Manchester. It was like this national thing. I can't remember the name. But I was the only woman taking pictures there.
oh, wow.
And I was like, it shouldn't be like so male oriented, because the camera doesn't know what gender you are. So it's just about taking the pictures and them actually being good, if that makes sense.
Mm,
So I try not to like let people limit me. Like I still
yeah.
do events, and like if I'm the only woman there, then I try not to like think about it, if that makes sense. Like because they've hired me because I'm good, not because like I'm a guy or a girl. So
Yeah, that's a good philosophy to have. Do you feel that because in the past this was quite a male dominated industry, that they've kind of got that network, whereas females don't necessarily have that network because
yeah,
it wasn't female led. So now we're kind of playing catch up.
yeah, and sometimes I can feel that some women, not all women obviously, but like it can be like we're competing against each other, whereas in some male spaces it's more unified per se. And I don't think it
Okay.
should be like that. I think in general though, as creatives, we can sometimes feel that we're all in competition with each other, when we should all be like helping each other to get to better places and things like that. So
That's what Mindfully Create's here to do. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Let me see. Do you think about money when you make your artwork, or are you more about the craft?
honestly, it's a combination of both. Like I love taking pictures and doing what I do and things like that, but I also think like I need to eat. Like I can't be broke, so
Mm-hmm.
it is definitely a combination. I think in the beginning not as much, But especially now that I finished uni, like it's one of my main streams of income. So I do think about it a lot more. Yeah.
Okay. And what advice would you give to like young people just starting out on like how to monetize photography or art?
I would say, and this might sound like a contradiction, but when you're first starting out, do things for free. And I know like now when you get more experience, try and like steer away from that. But at the beginning, it's just good to get stuff on your portfolio. So then when people come to you with like money and they want to pay you, then you can actually say that you've done something. Because a lot of the time, people won't want to hire you if you have like no experience and things like that. And I know like people should be given a chance and stuff, but sometimes it can be quite cutthroat in the creative
Yeah.
industry. So
Yeah, so kind of like opening doors for yourself
yeah,
to start off with, and
yeah,
then once those doors are open, going through them.
yeah, and then also not being afraid to do stuff that you normally wouldn't do. So like
Mm,
in uni, I'm not the biggest party goer, but I would like do events and stuff like that. And that was one of the main things that helped me to like get more clients and things. I think not in terms of like compromising your morals or anything like that, but if you can do something like sports photography, that was a big thing I did as well in uni. And like I don't watch any sports like that. Like I don't know any
mm.
stats or anything, but that helped me to get like a long term client with like the football, women's football within my uni.
Okay,
And
cool.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. That's good advice. Um, okay. Like, let me see what else I have. What would you say is your okay, this isn't a very nice question, but in terms of like creatively, like are there any opportunities that you kind of missed out on that you could have gone for? Like what is your biggest regret creatively?
Hmm. I actually have to think about this one. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I have one.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, because I think I try my best to believe in like the will of God and things. So even if something hasn't worked out, I try and think like, okay, this wasn't meant for me. This was meant for someone else. And also because like, yeah, I can't really think of anything that I've been like, oh my gosh, I wish I'd done that. Because I know something else will come up eventually. So I try and keep as positive as I can. Obviously, I'm not perfect or anything like that, but I do my best. So
Yeah. What do you like in terms of putting yourself out there or in general, like when you first started out, like did you ever have like a sense of fear, um, like going into stuff or like, you know, that kind of imposter syndrome type thing? I know some people get that. Or like, are you ever fearful going into certain spaces, like you said, when there's like not many people that look like you or is very male orientated? Like, do you feel any sense of fear around that?
I think in the beginning more so because I didn't know what I was doing as much. But I think as I've gotten more experience, it's been like 5 plus years now. I think I've been like, if I wasn't meant to be in a room, then I wouldn't be in it.
Mhm.
And not even to sound prideful, but I think we have to have certain confidence in ourselves as
Yeah.
creatives and actually let our work speak for ourselves. Like, I've been able to work with, I guess, either different celebrities or like high paying clients because my work is good, not because I'm like a black woman or like a white man, things like that. And I try and keep my mindset like that because otherwise you'll actually go crazy. You'll always
Yeah.
be like, oh, am I good enough for this or am I good enough for this? And
Mhm.
obviously, we can get feelings of imposter syndrome sometimes. Like, especially if I'm in a room, I'm like, okay, no one here looks like me. Even the people at the event don't look like me. I can feel a bit like, oh, okay, it's a bit weird. But I just kind of try and get over it as much as I can, I suppose.
Yeah, for sure. Um, how do you feel about your growth within your creative practice? Like, do you feel that there's like a specific challenge that led you to grow creatively, or do you feel like it was just a process? Or yeah, tell me more about that.
I think it's been like a gradual hill upwards. And I say gradual because it's like, it's going at a pace which I think if I was to then go too fast up, I would kind of crash. because I'm still trying to like balance my life out. I literally just finished uni like a couple months ago, so I'm still trying to figure out balancing what I do now with work and things like that. So I kind of liking, I guess, the slower paced season I'm in, and seeing like what creative things I can do within like my own ideas and stuff. Because I think it's also good to like not get too commercial and business minded in terms of like you stop doing the stuff that you actually like to do. Like in terms of like what I do for my more commercial pictures and things like that, I do a bit of everything, but it might not be like my favorite thing in the world to do. It's just because I know how to do it by now.
Mm.
So with my own like creative projects and stuff, I try and like fit that in where I can, because otherwise it will get kind of boring as well. You'll feel like this like robot where you're just clicking a button and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. What is your like biggest challenge? Like what has been your biggest challenge in the last couple years creatively?
I guess I would say kind of being consistent on social media, because with my own personal life, I'm not a social media person. Like even now, like the only reason I'm on it is for my business. So I'm trying to like be as consistent as I am on like different digital platforms and stuff. I would say like that's the biggest thing at the moment. Yeah.
And what have you learnt about yourself during that challenge and just in general? Like, what have you learnt about your resilience or your strengths or your weaknesses, and how has that informed your practice?
I guess I would say I've learned that I can put more effort into things, like when I actually like force myself to, I suppose. Like sometimes I can be kind of lazy and just be like, okay, just schedule this, just upload this and things, and I don't put in as much effort in like creating like a good video in terms of what I like to do, like just trying to churn out, I guess, stuff that will trend and things. And I think that isn't why I started in the first place. I just started because I liked taking pictures of stuff and painting stuff, and I wanted to like share that with other people. So I would say like I'm learning that I can do more than I think I can do. Like some of the shoots I've been at, I'm like, how did I even end up here in the first place? Like
Mm.
just realizing that like I guess I have to believe in myself more. I can be a bit hard on myself, to be honest, in terms of I haven't done this thing that other people have done, or I haven't been to this place or this place and things like that. And I think also it's definitely helped with like discipline and things, like not getting to go to birthday parties. And I think this is something that isn't as shared enough about, or well, I haven't seen some of it, is that sometimes you'll miss out on like, say, like your friends' things or people's things, because like you're trying to build something of yourself, and some people might not understand that. And I'm thankful that I have friends around me that like are very supportive with what I do. But I know for some people, their friends could make them feel, I guess, guilty. I think for like
Mm.
missing out, said if it's a birthday or like a different event or something like that. But we all have our own stuff that we want to build, and that's what I'm trying to do right now. So
Mm-hmm. I think that's a really good point. And like, how do you deal with that? Like, if someone is having an issue with you kind of like working, for
yeah,
example, because people wouldn't have an issue if you were like doing your 9 to 5.
yeah, and that's the
Like, do you
thing.
know what I
It's so
mean?
strange. Like
Yeah.
I think it's like as soon as you start doing something for yourself, people can think like you're stush or something. But it's like you'll put your money into all these like major corporations that actually don't care about you. But then
Mm.
I've had people ask me for discounts, and I'm like, you wouldn't ask Nike or like something, some other big brand for a discount or something like that. I think if anything, because like you know me, or because say like I'm someone that's actually in your like peripheral view, then you should support that more, I suppose.
Yeah. How do you feel about managing your time, and how does that work in terms of like, because you must do work as well as uni, as well as this. How do you juggle and manage all of that without going crazy?
um, I think for me, one of the things that helped was like I had a whiteboard. I still have a whiteboard where I write what I'm gonna do every day. That's one thing, and that's very small, but like it helps me with like my organization, so I can actually see what I'm gonna do. Because if I just have it all in my head, I'm not gonna remember.
Mm-hmm.
And then another thing is like I have so many alarms on my phone, because I know if I don't put alarms on it, I'm just gonna forget what I have to do for the
Mm-hmm.
day and stuff. I think also like sometimes I have to tell people that I can't come to stuff. Like, say, like someone's birthday. I've even had to say, I have a photography conference that I'm going to and then a shoot after that. So, like, I can't make it. And I think I've kind of gotten used to that now. And I don't let it affect me. Not because I don't care about going to the person's thing, but I think it's just because I know what I want to do. And sometimes I just have to miss, I suppose, the fun stuff sometimes.
Yeah. And how do you feel about like making that sacrifice? I mean, it's not necessarily a sacrifice for you because you're actually doing something good, but how do you feel that other people feel about that? And do you feel that if people have like an issue with it, it's more related to like their own view of themselves and more of like a self-led
Yeah.
thought rather than about you? Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely say that it's not on me to like help you how to feel, I suppose,
Mm.
because we all have our own journeys to take. And I think I've known from a very young age that I was going to do something other than a 9 to 5, I suppose. Like, I think being in the office and being there, like, not being able to, like, go on holiday. That was the biggest thing for me. Not even the fact you have to be in there 9 to 5. She's like, I have to ask for annual leave. I was like, I just could not get that in my head. Like,
Annual
you're gonna
leave's mad.
control my holidays. Like, no, sorry, I need to be out of this country. Like, even
Yeah.
next month, me and my friend were going to like somewhere, and it's just so random because it's like the middle, like beginning of the middle of the year. But it's like I kind of like the fact with like I work as well, and like the job I do, I get to go on holiday and things like that on a more regular like basis, I suppose. And I think it helps me. That also helps with like not going insane. Like having breaks is like my other
Mm.
segue. Like definitely have breaks. Like it's not good to just like churn yourself into the ground because that's when you'll stop liking it. Like I had a period in uni where I was doing like sports related content every week, and eventually I got so sick of it. I was like, if I see another basketball again, I'm genuinely gonna throw it at someone. Like it was just too much. So I was like, yeah, no, I need to take a break. So I took a
Yeah.
break, and then that definitely helped as well.
Okay, nice. Um, that's a good segue onto my next question. So, how do you self-care amongst all of this? How do you self-care and take breaks for yourself and um, try to recharge and tune in to like what you actually want to manifest?
Yeah, I would say I pray a lot. I try and like take moments in the morning where like I pray and I just speak to God more so, not even to ask about like things or ask for things, but just to like get stuff off of my mind and even just to thank him for the position I'm in. Like even some of the problems I have, it's like some people are praying to have those problems, like to be like how am I gonna balance this shoot with this stuff like that. Even myself, I would think like okay, I was literally wanting to be in a situation like that like a few
Mm-hmm.
months ago. So I think that's my number one thing. I think the rest of them wouldn't be as effective if not for that. So and I think also I like to read. I'm a big reader. Like when I was younger, I used to. Do you know I'm Jack Julian Wilson?
Yes.
Yeah, I was an avid Jack Julian Wilson head. Like literally at bedtime, I would be under the covers and just be reading with a flashlight. Like I
Tracy
was,
Beaker, right?
yeah,
Okay,
like
cool.
I was a big like I was a nerd. I still kind of am, to be honest. But yeah.
I was a nerd, but for the wrong book series.
Oh lol.
Twilight.
Oh no. I could
Should have never
never.
mentioned
I
it.
can. I think I've seen some of the films. Like yeah, that
Do
oh
you know what's
gosh.
really funny? I've seen Robert Pattinson in interviews saying, "Oh, Twilight was just a book that shouldn't have been written."
Yeah,
Like
even
he
he doesn't
hated
like
it.
it.
He
Like
hated it.
he was in the film. Like that's
Oh,
so
it's
funny.
so funny.
Like yeah, I definitely say those two things. And what else? I like to go out to places by myself. Like I like to go say like for a movie, or I'll try different like food places and stuff. Big thing is art galleries as well. That gives me like inspiration and stuff, and even just to like look at it and things. Different artwork is really nice as well. Yeah, I think that's kind of it. Like
Okay, nice. Do you ever feel that you can sometimes have too much inspiration? So you can like kind of have too much stimulus and then you can try and want to do something and it can just be like you don't know how to start because you've just had too much going on. Like, I don't know if you've ever experienced that.
Yeah, I definitely say like with social media, sometimes it doesn't help because you see so many ideas and then you're like, okay, what should I actually do? Especially like around the photography field, they'll be like, oh, 5 things I've learned from doing this for 5 years, or like how to get more traction. And I'm like, okay, but what do I actually want to make? Like, not just making stuff so that it can be on my For You page. Like, what do I actually want to do with my page? I'm still trying to figure that out. Yeah, at the moment, it's just because like I like to share stuff and things. So,
Yeah. What do you want for yourself and your creativity in the next year or 2 years?
that's a good question. I'd say not to lose the spark that I have. So like when I'm at events, I still find it really fun to do. I don't want to get to a point where I'm just doing it to get paid, if that makes sense, and not actually enjoying it anymore. Because
Okay.
I still feel the same way I did when I first started doing it, when I wasn't getting paid and things like that. And what else? I just want to, I guess, take pictures on a more consistent basis as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'll be really good. And so hire me, guys, please. Okay, yeah. Um, what else? Oh gosh. At the moment, those are the only two. Oh, and to do something international as well. I think
Oh, that'd
that's
be
a massive
super
milestone
cool.
for me. Yeah, because one of the other milestones I achieved in January. So I think that's the next one for me.
What
Well,
was that milestone? The achievement in January?
yeah, so I wanted to do a BTS for like a music video thing, and
Awesome.
I thought, okay, that might happen like in 6 months, and then like I got to know about one through like this group chat I'm in, and I'm like, okay, so I've done that now. That was really good
Oh,
because I'd
that's
never
super
done it
cool.
before, so I was like, I didn't know what it would be like and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really cool. I guess yeah, I think that's my next one. Yeah.
So Alida is going international.
Yeah, you'll see me in Dubai, guys. I really hope. You never know. You know,
Okay, awesome.
what is your like vision with the podcast, I suppose.
Okay, so the biggest thing I want from mindful conversations is to get kind of like an openness and an understanding of creatives and their journey. And what I want as well is for it to feel like a conversation.
Yeah.
So I want it to be like a back and forth, and that's why I asked if you had any questions for me, because like podcasts a lot of the time feel a lot very interviewy,
Yeah.
whereas like the person that's like the podcaster like isn't asked any questions, or there's not really much of a back and forth, and it's called mindful conversations because I want it to be a
Yeah.
conversation between two creatives, and I'm a creative as well. So I want it to be that journey and that shared process. And I also want to learn about people's healing through creation. So yeah, and we haven't touched on that. We have touched on that in some of the questions, but not directly. But that's intentional because I want you to speak about your healing in a different aspect rather than just directly what is your
Yeah.
healing. Um, but um, yeah, it's just mainly just like open conversations with creatives, promoting their work and their journey. Um, and that's what Mindfully Create's all about anyway. But I just thought a podcast would be a good platform to like really let the creative voices within my community shine as well. So that's really my aim. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a really lovely answer. Like, thank you for sharing as well.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
How did you find it?
Yeah, it was really good. I think because I'm used to like being behind the camera, I was like, okay, I don't know how this is gonna go. Like,
Mm,
am I gonna like say something that's weird? I don't know. But it actually was better than I thought it was gonna be. So
yeah,
I felt very like comfortable and stuff. So
that's good. That's good. I kind of tend to have that
yeah.
that effect on people. It's because like mental health, working in mental health.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And hire a leader.
Yes, please. Yeah, it's Aleida.studio on Instagram. That's ALEIDA dot studio. Instagram and TikTok. You can message me or email me, whatever. I don't mind. Anyone that's in Dubai, I don't know why I keep saying Dubai. Anyone that's in any country, yeah, I'm here. Pictures as well and paintings. So, yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching the first episode of Mindful Conversations. There's going to be a lot more coming soon. And if you want to be in an episode, you can DM me on Instagram at mindfullycreate.cic or Alishah Kasal. I'll put the links in the bio, and hit like and subscribe and share with all your friends.
Yeah,
Thank you.
subscribe.